Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hello.
back to Cakes and a Plane. Today, we have the honor and privilege of interviewing one of our chef technicians here at Centennial College, uh, Chef Luca.
Hi there, how are you?
So good. Welcome to the show.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the show. I'm going to get you to introduce yourself.
Perfect.
I know you have such a great history with food, so if you want to tell them a little bit about yourself.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. So I'm Chef Lu- Lu- Luca, one of the chef techs here at Centennial College. Just a brief description of what a chef tech does here is we have a restaurant and event space here at the school, and us four chef techs basically run the day-to-day operations of that. A little bit of history about myself. I've been cooking for about 14 years now and cooking around Toronto, mostly Toronto trained. Spent 1 year in Australia, in Aus- in Aus- in Australia, cooking and traveling through there. And through my Toronto training is where basically my passion of Toronto food and Ontario food and Canadian food comes from. Both my parents were born in Italy, so basically my two biggest passions are Ontario food and Canadian food, mixed together with the Italian traditions and heritage of that.
Perfect. And since we're perfect segue,
Yes.
so in about a couple of weeks here, as you know, we'll be heading over to Turin, Italy. Chef Luca is one of the chefs actually that's coming with us that will be taking us around, and we have a great array here of different cheeses and different olive oils. Now we just finished a class that you did talking about, olive oils and cheeses and different things like that. And some of these are actually, most of these are actually Canadian.
Yep.
Right? So maybe share a little bit about.
So basically, what we're doing today is we did a little pre-departure class on what some of the students will be experiencing during their trip. And what we focused on today was basically the tradition of Italian food in the sense that the passion that they have for their ingredients that are grown there and produced there. And the reason why it is so rich with history is a lot of Italians basically only believe in their type of food, which is good and bad. Great because there's a sense of history and a sense of pride, and when you're supporting the local farmers and the local producers that are there, they basically what that does is it makes their product better and better for the years and years and years. So what we did today is basically we tried some Italian olive oils and cheeses that are here, basically to show and understand basically what they taste like. Just when the students gonna go over there, their palates kind of like already trained on what they're gonna experience over there. But me being born in Canada and raised in Toronto and Toronto trained, basically what we did is we tried our olive oils that are here. We also tried this oil here, which is called a camelina oil, which is a finishing oil, or you could use it in dry dressing as well. But it is grown in Canada, and produced in Canada as well. So I just wanted to show that not only we could use great Italian olive oils, we could use great Ontario and Canadian oil as well to finish your dressings and finishing your dishes and have a sense of pride as that. And then we basically do the same thing with the cheeses here. Over here we have our Parmigiano Reggiano, which is known to be the king of cheeses, which Italians do love their Parmigiano Reggiano. So do I. Have a great passion for it. But we also have to remember that Canadians and especially Ontario produce some great cheeses as well. That we could. I don't want to use the word substitute because you're not substituting. They're just as equally as good. They're just different in their own way. So we tried cheese from Stratford, Ontario, another Gouda here from Ontario, and then another Gouda from Red Deer, Alberta, just to show like the great varieties that we grow here and produce here as well. And that just basically what happens is we have all these great cultures here in Canada and Toronto, especially. They bring their traditions with them and produce this amazing cheeses using Canadian dairy and Canadian products. So that's what I wanted to emphasize today is we are going to Italy to learn about Italian food, but also to learn the reason why it's so great because they support their farmers and their local producers. So I think it's very important that when we come back from our trip that we use these great Italian ingredients, but also use these great Ontario ingredients and have that same philosophy that the Italians have over there.
Great. Wow, that is so great. And
That's
that's one of
amazing.
the things that I'm looking forward to. And one of the things I'm excited for when we get back is actually being able to do exactly that and do that here at
Exactly, and
Centennial.
that's my biggest thing is to show you guys the culture is there, the sense of pride in their food scene, and hopefully you guys can carry that on in your careers or wherever you guys end up. If it's Toronto, if it's Ontario, if it's anywhere across the world, just have a sense of pride of where you came from and currently where you are.
That's perfect, perfect. And one last question. Anybody who might be thinking about coming into the culinary program, why Centennial? Why is Centennial such a great place for them to learn?
So Centennial is amazing for a couple reasons. I like that it's brand new. It's not gonna say new for forever, but our school is definitely growing. So it will be new for a long time because we'll be building more and more stuff as we go. Our program is getting bigger and bigger after every year, so it's definitely going to be a sense of growth. But saying that, it's still small enough where the students get more one-on-one time with our faculty and our techs. And when I went to school, which was quite a years back now. The school is also it's larger now, but it's also very small. So I had a sense of friendship with your chefs and your instructors, which I think is important to develop those relationships. Because cooking is such a personal thing, plus a team building thing. So I think Centennial is one of the greatest schools that offers that great sense of family, that everyone gets along and everyone feels very open to ask questions and stuff like that.
Definitely, definitely. And I'll just throw in there, as I've been saying before, Chef Luca works in the local. Local is a great restaurant, so feel free to come on down and check it out. There's such a variety of food there. There's so many different options. There's so many different techniques that we learn. Things come in from everywhere. And on top of that, there's global experiences, which is exactly what we're going on, which is exactly what we're learning about. So I want to thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much
You're
to Chef
welcome. Thank you
Luca for
very much.
taking the time.
Awesome.
And we'll see you guys next time on Cakes and a Plane.